Guys, I'm not trying to add some extra hype here. I'm not trying to get you guys, overly hyped up about something or blow smoke up your what. I think Lakers are going to make another move. I really genuinely believe still having those first rounders available and other tradable contracts, I think the Lakers are going to make another move. Let me read you. Shams was on yesterday on ESPN. Let me read exactly what he said. And you tell me if this doesn't seem like a team. I think they're going to make a move before this quote, but obviously Shams has tremendous amount of inside information within the NBA. Here's what Shams said. They still do have 3 first-round picks available for trade and tradable contracts as well. I'm told the Lakers will remain one on potential deals looking for players, not only that fit in this current iteration of the Lakers roster around LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but also for next 3 to 4 years under JJ Redick. I'm going to read the quote again for 2 reasons. Number 1, I want to make sure that you guys understood the quote. And number 2, I read that like I've never read before, so let's do it one more time. They still do have 3 first-round picks available for a trade and tradable contracts as well. I'm told the Lakers will remain one on potential deals looking for players not only that fit in the current iteration of the Lakers roster around LeBron and AD, but also for the next 3 to 4 years under JJ Redick. Okay, what's he saying there? He's saying this. He's saying 2 things. Number 1, what he's saying is, yeah, they can go out there and make another deal. I remember it was Rob Pelinka that was telling everybody in the summer, or it was actually, I can't remember if it was in the trade deadline last year or in the summer. I know he had a couple quotes. One quote was, you can't buy a home that's not for sale. But he also said, if we wait till the summer, we're going to have 3 first-round picks we can now shop. They use one of those first-round picks, but they do now have 3 first-round picks they can shop as we get closer to the trade deadline. They're ready to make those. They're ready to use those first-rounders. I'm sure there is a agreement that is just known between LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and that front office. Guys, we do not have enough to compete for a championship. Use your damn first rounders. What do you guys care about rebuilding? It's not like the franchises, the Thunder or the Pelicans, are worried about first rounders every single year. Lakers don't have to rebuild like other teams. They're armed with 3 first rounders, and they got other tradable contracts, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent. You could look at some of these other players that are on the roster. They're going to make another deal. And they are going to go after, I think, what everybody knows the Lakers need, which is another big. A bruiser is the term that everybody likes to use. I don't think we're going to be sitting here February 6th and saying, that's it. It's the only trade Lakers made. Dorian Finney-Smith, Shake Milton, that's what they're running with. And I think this quote from Shams is powerful to set this up this way as well. This is what the Lakers are looking for. They're looking for a player that's going to help them with LeBron and Anthony Davis, but they're also looking for a player that's going to be around for the next 3 to 4 years under JJ Redick. All right, then you start looking at, okay, what players are they talking about? What players would make sense for the Los Angeles Lakers? To be honest with you, if you're taking that quote from Shams Charania literally, and you're saying, okay, so that means it's got to be a player that is younger. Because if you're saying 3 to 4 more years with JJ Redick, well, the name that we keep hearing is Jonas Valanciunas. Valanciunas doesn't fit under that criteria. That's not a player. And maybe the Lakers do go make a deal for Jonas Valanciunas. But if you're saying for the present and the future, Valanciunas is not part of the future for the Lakers. The one name that keeps coming up, maybe this player, maybe it's not, but I think it's the player that fits the criteria that the Lakers are talking about, or that Shams is talking about. It fits the trying to win right now / a player for the future. It's the player that has been rumored around the Lakers now for how long now? It seems like for at least 6 months or so. I'm talking about Walker Kessler. Now, there was a report out there. Anthony Irwin had put something out that the Lakers are looking at Robert Williams, Nick Richards of the Charlotte Hornets, Brooklyn's Day'Ron Sharpe, and then Walker Kessler of the Utah Jazz. But at least for me, the player that has been talked about the most, obviously Danny Ainge, part of the Utah Jazz, They're going to want at least one first-round pick, whatever it is that they're going to be asking for. It's Walker Kessler. That's the name. That's the name that to me sounds like you got a lot of value. You get the big that you're looking for, more of a defensive presence, is averaging a double-double a game, 10-plus points, 10-plus rebounds, a couple of block shots a game. Maybe that's the player. For me, when you're talking about a present and the future, that's the name that comes up to me is Walker Kessler. So whatever the Lakers end up doing, however they decide to use the next 5 weeks between now and February 6th and that trade deadline, I think Shams' quotes are very powerful, and I think the Lakers making a move before January 1st is very powerful. I think the Lakers looking at their roster and looking at where they sit in the scope of the NBA and the scope of the Western Conference, I think you could say, hey, they can win a round or two, but can they compete with the Boston Celtics or some of these other elite teams? I don't think they're there yet. So I think they're going to have to make a move. And I think it's a great sign that they made a move, because that shows you they're not going to sit around, and it does show you that they're all in. And it also tells you that, hey, those 3 first-rounders that the Lakers have, hey, Rob Pelinka talking about, we have first-rounders that we could shop. He did that, whether it was in the summer or last trade deadline, whenever it was. He's quoted of saying that, and he has not given up a first-rounder yet. Tells me that they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to try to, obviously go out there and find ways to improve that roster. All right, let's take a look here at some of your other comments. By the way, for those that are saying, for those that are if you're thinking of big time players, I just want you guys to know this. The Jimmy Butlers of the world, the Zach LaVines of the world, the Brandon Ingrams of the world. The moment the Lakers traded D'Angelo Russell, you kind of can't make that happen now. That's not going to work. So I just want you guys to know that from D'Angelo's contract, once that contract was gone, it was the negative that left when D'Angelo left, is that his contract, that expiring contract, the 18+ million, there are a lot of teams that were coveting D'Lo's contract so they can just say, all right, that's off the books. I don't think now you're in the game, for a big time player. I think really what you're in the game for now is more depth. So that's the best way to look at it. I know some people are putting, names on here. They're putting De'Aaron Fox's name out there. They're putting some of these other guys as well. But nonetheless, just from that perspective, I want you guys to know once D'Lo was gone, that kind of ended those opportunities. All right, let's see what else we got here. What up, Sliwa? Lakers win tonight. Thank you for tuning in, brother. Cheers to all of you. My coffee intake when I don't have a guest, completely different. When I have a guest, I could nod my head. I could say absolutely, and then I could enjoy my cup of coffee. When I'm on my own, a lot less coffee being drank. All right, some people not a fan of Kessler. Bring back JaVale McGee. I saw JaVale McGee at a game. Whatever game I was at, was it the last game or the game before? JaVale McGee was in the house. I think he's done, retired. It's over. The Brandon Ingram thing, like I mentioned to you guys, I don't think that's going to happen. Here's another thing that's important to know. Yes, you're right. Walker Kessler is only $2 million. The way the Lakers would try to got to get a contract like Colin Sexton to make the numbers work. So that gives you an idea from that front. So just go there. All right, let's keep going here. Slee, birthday shout out. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Happy birthday to you as well. Thank you for being a part of the show. All right. I think we got some good stuff there. I'm going to read one quick super here, and then I want to get into LeBron from yesterday, some of the quotes that he had. Is D Fox on the trading block, or is that gossip? Oh, I think De'Aaron Fox is going to be in play 100%. I really think he's going to be in play. If he's not in play this year, he's going to be in play in the summer. And there's going to be franchises lined up around the corner trying to get De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is a real player. He's got to be on a real team. He's got to be with a real coach. He's got to be on the right squad. What was the first team that was mentioned when De'Aaron Fox's name, when that report had come out with Rich Paul about, hey, they're kind of in a dangerous territory here, the Sacramento Kings. This is before Mike Brown got fired, by the way. This is before they went on their 6-game, 7-game, whatever losing streak that they were on. The first team that was mentioned, San Antonio. It's going to be a team like that. It's got assets that say to themselves, cool, yeah, we not only want De'Aaron Fox, we're going to give him whatever money that he's looking for. Oh, by the way, we got Wemby that's sitting here. It's going to be the face of the NBA for the next 10 years plus, whatever the case is. Teams will be lining up for De'Aaron Fox. It's going to be tough for the Lakers to try to get a player like that.